Mr. Speaker, members, House File 2856, the Public Safety Supplemental Funding Bill. But before I describe the bill, I want to thank the staff that helped put this together. From House Research, I want to thank Jeff Diebold and Ben Johnson for the fantastic work they did. Fiscal Analyst John Waltz, Committee Administrator Mike Valou, Committee LA Jeremy Hansen, DFL Researcher Laura Talkenholtz, GOP Researcher Jason Rector, and Committee Page Emmett Hadeen. Without these people, we could not have put this bill together. They did a fabulous job, and I want to thank them. I also want to thank Representative Hillstrom as the minority lead. She did a fabulous job working with her members and working across the aisle to make sure things are done properly. And I want to thank all the committee members. We had some good discussions with a lot of bills, and a lot of the bills that ended up in this omnibus bill. But this bill generally focuses on the kids of Minnesota. We increased the penalties for those who are involved in child pornography, address people in authority that have sexual relationships with our students in our schools, making sure our school bus drivers are not sexual predators, and fully funding the Guardian Ad Litem program per the OLA report to best protect the interests of the children in our court systems. Last year's omnibus bill included significant increases in the funding for public safety. This is a non-budget year, and we focused in areas where special consideration supported a request for more urgent and supplemental funding. In our appropriations, we have $182,000 going to a new management to fund a case management system for stays of adjudications of registered sex offenders. In the district courts, we have $618,000 for the interlock program for repeat DUI offenders. The Guardian Ad Litem program received $3,667,000, which was the Governor Dayton's request and what the OLA report said. We fully funded it. It's a program that has not had full funding probably since even before it was started. We also have $850,000 for additional staffing for the Board of Public Defenders dealing with the Representative Frankie's bill for driving and texting. Also with Representative Grossel bills with stays of adjudications for sex offenders. Public safety also received some funding, $39,000 for a vulnerable adult working group to make sure that crimes against our vulnerable adults are reported properly and to find out what went wrong. We also, for 2019 and 2020, we funded a program for missing and murdered Indigenous women. This is a 2-year program. We felt it was important to have it 2 years because it's a serious issue and we want to get the results as quick as we can so we can actually act on this as soon as possible. Some of the bills that are in this, as I mentioned, is Representative Frankie's bill. We heard a lot of discussion and testimony about people driving and texting and getting involved in very serious car accidents, or I should say car crashes, injuring people and sometimes killing them. And the way the current law is, they could get charged with a careless or reckless driving. With this bill, we link texting and driving with the criminal vehicular operations to show that hopefully this will stop people from texting and driving, because it is a serious issue. We also have Representative Sarah Anderson's bill dealing with multiple thefts. What we're finding out is there's groups doing multiple misdemeanor thefts, and we're enhancing the penalty if they get caught 25 times doing misdemeanor thefts. It sounds like a lot, but these groups are doing it so much and getting caught so often that 25 times is nothing before it goes to a felony level. We've also have Representative Grossel's bill, increasing penalties for those involved in child pornography. We want to protect our kids. And I have mentioned Representative Kunish-Padin's bill dealing with murdered and indigenous women. It's very serious what's happening there. It was to the point where I chaired some other committee who heard about this and asked that I hear this bill. Some of the other things we have in this bill is dealing with Representative Lesh for clarifications in tracking warrants, dealing with cell phones. We also have Representative Barr's bill dealing with modifying fifth-degree criminal sexual conduct, getting rid of getting rid of the loophole in that offense. We also have Representative Zerwa's bill dealing with notification to home care providers of registered sex offenders. Representative Christian's bill for penalties for employees and contractors that have sexual relationships with our children and the students in our schools. We have one of my bills in here dealing with changing the penalty of assaulting a law enforcement officer. We have too much of that going on. And if somebody's going to assault a peace officer, that officer is generally in a fight for his life. But if he does not get injured, the penalty is not very high. We have Representative Grossel's bill, increasing the penalty for assaulting firefighters, EMT, and hospital personnel. Shortly after we had a hearing on this bill in Anoka County, Oak Grove Township, 2 firefighters were working to put out a fire and were brutally assaulted for no reason whatsoever. We need to increase the penalties because these people are the ones putting their lives on the line to protect us, put out the fires, help us when we're involved in a car accident or any other type of emergency situation. That's just a few of the things in this bill. It is I believe it's a very good bill. Deals with a lot of different areas, but again, the main thing is to protect our children.